What is up, Nuggets fans? Denver Nuggets fan 2 back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be talking about the Nuggets Game 1 loss to the Los Angeles Lakers in our first round playoff series with LA. They beat us 103-88 in Game 1 and now lead the series 1-0. Obviously not the way you want to start the playoffs off if you're a Nuggets fan, player, or coach. I thought we really handed this game to the Lakers, and I thought our intensity really wasn't there for the start of the playoffs, and I just wasn't real happy with this performance. We really struggled shooting the ball here in Game 1 against the Lakers. We only shot 36% from the field, 29% from the three-point line, and 74% from the free throw line. We just took way too many jump shots in this game, and then missed a bunch of point-blank shots here against the Lakers, which you cannot do against that team. They're too good of a defensive team to be missing easy layups and high percentage shots against, and that was a big reason we lost. Lakers, on the other hand, had a pretty damn good shooting night. They shot 50% from the field, 35% from the three-point line, and 73% from the free throw line. We made it too easy for them with our lack of interior defense. They got way too deep into the paint, and they got a bunch of high percentage shots. We had 16 offensive rebounds. You like seeing that. I thought we had plenty second chance possessions in this game and second chance point opportunities. We just got to do a better job of capitalizing on those in Game 2. We had 19 fast break points. When you look at that stat, you would think we'd beat the Lakers when we have that many points in transition. But really, the Lakers dictated this game, and they dictated the tempo of the game, which is obviously something we cannot have if we want to win this series. But we still did get some easy buckets in transition. A lot of those buckets in transition came from our bench. Speaking of our bench, they played great. They outscored the Lakers bench 43-23. That was one of the few bright spots of this game for the Nuggets. I thought Andre Miller was great. Corey Brewer was great. Al Harrington even came in, gave us a couple threes. I thought our bench played real well. Our second unit definitely dominated the Lakers' second unit. Just our starting five that did not really play all that well. And from the second quarter on in this game, we were only outscored by the Lakers 76-74. I mean, we stayed with this team from the second quarter on. We had a bad start in the first quarter, and it just kind of deflated us, and we were obviously playing catch-up for the remainder of the game. But we can stick with this team, and that's proof by us only getting outscored by 2 points from the second quarter on. So that's a confidence builder for the Nuggets, is that you can beat this team. You just got to play 48 minutes of consistent basketball. And that's some of the bad things the Nuggets did in Game 1 against the Lakers. First and foremost, I think one of the bigger reasons we lost this game was our inconsistency. We did not play 48 minutes of solid basketball. We played a couple good minutes here and there of good basketball, but we were really playing in spurts is what I'm trying to say. We did not play consistent 48 minutes of solid basketball. The first quarter was terrible for us. We were outscored in the first quarter 27-14. Can't have a start like that on the road in the playoffs against a very good team like the Lakers and expect to win. And then you just look at some of the spurts in this game that really show how inconsistent we were in this game. If you look at the first 9 minutes of the first quarter, we were only outscored 15-9 by the Lakers in that first 9 minutes of the game. But then the last 3 minutes of the first quarter, we get outscored by the Lakers 12-5, which makes the game go from a 15-9 game and a 6-point deficit all the way up to a 27-14 game after one, and now a 13-point deficit. That's what I'm saying there. There's the inconsistency there. You played 9 minutes of solid basketball, and then the last 3 minutes of the first quarter, you just fall apart. You let Steve Blake hit 3 big threes and let the Lakers just extend their lead all the way up to 13. Then you look at the second quarter, first 6 minutes of the second quarter, we go on an 18-10 run. We get the lead all the way down to 5. The game at that point was 37-32 Lakers. Andre Miller, Corey Brewer came in, gave us a great lift off the bench. And that 18-10 run we went on in the first 6 minutes of the second quarter was without Bynum on the floor. We did a great job of taking advantage of that and getting to the rim and getting high percentage shots. But then you look at the last 6 minutes of the second quarter, we get outscored 13-8 by LA, and the lead goes all the way back up to 10, and now we're down 50-40 at halftime. And finally, to drive this point home, if you will, if you look at the first 8.5 minutes of the third quarter, Lakers went on a 21-12 run. They got the lead all the way up to 19. But then the last 4.5 minutes of the third quarter, we outscored the Lakers 12-6. Andre Miller, Corey Brewer once again came in to the game and got the tempo up to where we liked it, gave us a lift on the defensive end, and were being aggressive. They were getting to the rim. They were attacking the Lakers bigs and getting high percentage shots. So I thought inconsistency on the Nuggets part and us playing too much in spurts and not playing 12 minutes each quarter, kind of playing half the quarter well or 3 or 4 minutes of the quarter well, and then just falling apart for the rest of it, is a big reason why we handed this first game of the playoff series to the Lakers. We also only had 17 assists in this game. We're not going to win when we play that type of basketball on the offensive end. I thought we were real sluggish on the offensive end. We didn't get any easy buckets. It wasn't good. The Nuggets weren't making that extra pass on the offensive end, and it led to a lot of poor shots later down in the shot clock, which we're not going to beat the Lakers when that happens. We were also outscored 64-44 in the paint by LA. We missed a bunch of point-blank shots in this game and then settled for a lot of jump shots. And then the Lakers got way too many points in the paint. They got a ton of high percentage shots, killed our interior defense. And we can't get outscored by 20 in the paint by the Lakers if we want to win this series, let alone win one game in the series. So that was a big reason we lost. We gave up 15 points off 10 of our turnovers. Lakers did a great job of capitalizing on our mistakes. That's something we got to clean up. We also had a ton of wasted possessions in this game against the Lakers. The Lakers had 15 blocks in this game. Andrew Bynum had 10 of those 15 blocks, and then we had 10 turnovers. If you add those two together, that's 25. So in my opinion, we had 25 wasted, empty possessions in this game. You can't have that in the playoffs, let alone against the Lakers, and expect to win. We were 2 of 15 shooting from shots that were 3 to 9 feet from the rim. That's got to improve. I mean, those are point-blank shots you're missing. You go 2 of 15 from 3 to 9 feet. Not going to beat the Lakers when you do that. And then defensively, we were awful. The weak side defense was terrible. The help defense was atrocious. And again, the Nuggets continue to struggle with their help D because of the lack of communication and chemistry on the defensive end. The Nuggets helped way too much defensively at times in this game, and then they didn't help enough. That's got to improve, and that starts with communication and building a chemistry on the defensive end, because we gave up a lot of easy, good shots to the Lakers because our help D was terrible. The anticipation on the defensive end wasn't good, and we missed a lot of assignments as well. Just defensively, a lot of things we need to get better at, especially anticipation. I thought we did a terrible job of anticipating and reading what the Lakers were trying to do on the offensive end, and those were all big reasons why we lost game 1 of the series to the Lakers. Looking at some individual performances for us, Danilo Gallinari led the way for the Nuggets. He finished with 19 points, 4 rebounds. He was 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. I thought Gallo played well for the most part defensively. I thought he got lost at times, and I thought he helped too much on the defensive end. That's something Gallo's got to get better at. But on the offensive end, I thought he played real well, was carrying us in this game early on. And I really like seeing him score on the block and utilizing the post more. That was real good to see. He had a couple really pretty finishes in this game around the rim, and he had a couple great finishes out of the post off spin moves. He took Kobe to the rim off a spin move, which was nasty, and I thought he played well. He played aggressive, and Gallo definitely showed up in this game. Andre Miller gave us a nice lift off the bench. Dre finished with 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He was 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Came in off the bench, did a great job on the glass. I mean, for our backup point guard to have 8 rebounds, you love seeing that. Played aggressively, got to the rim, and sped the tempo up for us in the game. When we got back into this game, it was because of Andre Miller and Corey Brewer and their aggressiveness on both ends of the floor. Speaking of Corey Brewer, he played well. He finished with 11 points, 3 rebounds. He was 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. I thought Corey's aggression, his intensity was where it needed to be in this game. I loved his defensive effort. I would like to see us match him up on Kobe a little more in game 2, and I just loved what he did on the offensive end. He hit a huge 3, which led to a 4-point play for us. Then you look at Aaron Aflalo and Ty Lawson for us. They both were terrible. They only combined for 16 points. They also combined to shoot 6 of 22 from the field, 0 of 5 from the three-point line, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. That's got to get better ASAP, because if those two have that type of production on the offensive end, we're getting swept. Ty Lawson needs to step up. He needs to play better. Ty Lawson looked lost in this game. He picked up his dribble way too much. He wasn't playing with any type of confidence at all. He wasn't looking to score. And his first field goal came with 8 minutes left in the game. Something along those lines. That can't happen. Ty needs to have the mindset from the get-go to score and to play with confidence, and he needs to get to the rim. He got his shot blocked a couple times by Bynum, and it's like that sucked all the confidence out of him. You can't do that. You got to get into Bynum's body, play physical, try to draw fouls. I mean, the two of them only combined for 6 free throws attempts. That's ridiculous, and they got to be more aggressive, and they got to set the tone for us on the offensive end. And Aflalo, I thought, was even pretty poor defensively. I thought his defense on Kobe was pretty damn good throughout the first half, but in the second half, his anticipation was terrible. He didn't do a good job of fighting through screens, and Kobe just chewed him up. So those two really need to step up their level of play and play better in game 2. For For the Lakers, Kobe Bryant led the way. Kobe finished with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 11 of 24 from the field, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Kobe was great. Struggled in the first half, but came out in the second half and just went off. Like I mentioned before, I thought Aflalo's defense was not good on him in that second half. Aflalo really, his anticipation on the defense end was terrible, and Kobe just chewed him up. Kobe knocked down a couple tough shots from on the block. He posted up Aaron a couple times and just hit a couple shots, couple tough shots. Excuse me. That's what Kobe's going to do. But he got way too many shots in the paint. I mean, I would say almost half of Kobe's points came right at the rim. You got to improve on that. You can't let Kobe get easy buckets like that. You got to make him work for his offense. And then Kobe got to the free throw line. We got to do a better job of defending him without fouling. And like I said, I would like to see George Karl put Corey Brewer on Kobe Bryant, because I think that would be a good matchup for us, and I think Corey would do a good job of making Kobe work for every shot. That's something we got to improve on in Game 2. Andrew Bynum was probably the star of the game for the Lakers. He finished with a triple-double. He had 10 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 blocks. He was 5 of 7 from the field. I thought the double teams on Bynum for the most part were pretty sharp. You love seeing us deny him the ball and him only have 7 shot attempts. That's a plus. Only finished with 10 points. You like seeing that. But we did a poor job of letting him affect the game with his defense and rebounding. He had 13 rebounds. We didn't do a good job of boxing him out, and we got to be more physical with him on the glass. And then you let him have 10 blocks. Andrew Bynum is a solid shot blocker. He's not a great shot blocker, though, but we made him look like fucking Bill Russell. Excuse my language, but we did. And that's something that really upset me, because our guys got intimidated and we had a bunch of weak takes at the rim. You got to get into Bynum's body, foul him, make him work on the defensive end. We made it easy for him, and he was great. I give him all the credit in the world. I thought his defense was great, his timing was great on that end, but you got to get into his body, make him work for those blocks. We made it easy for him, and you can't let Bynum have a triple-double and expect to beat the Lakers. I mean, holding him to 10 points is great, holding him to 7 shot attempts is great, but then you let him have a triple-double, you're not going to win when you allow him to do that. So that's something that's got to get better, and we can't be scared of this guy. Our bigs got to show up, be physical with him, make him work for everything. And then on the offensive end, our guards and everyone else, if you're going to take it into Bynum, get it into his body. Try to draw some contact, get some fouls. That's something we got to do better in Game 2 tonight. Jordan Hill played real well for the Lakers off the bench. He had a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. He had 4 offensive rebounds, 2 blocks. He was 5 of 10 from the field. Obviously, like seeing us, hold him to 10 points on 10 shots, that's good. He had a couple jump shots, which he missed, which I think we'll live with all day, him taking jumpers. But Kenneth Faried got outworked by Jordan Hill in this game, and I think he got bothered by Jordan Hill's length and his size, which is, that's not a good sign. Faried's got to do a better job in Game 2 of boxing Hill out and not letting him be so effective on the glass. Hill did a great job of getting second chance possessions for the Lakers, and he did a great job of scoring off offensive rebounds. That can't happen in Game 2. And then lastly for the Lakers, you look at Steve Blake, Devin Ebanks, and Ramon Sessions. All 3 of those guys combined for 35 points. You let them all be too effective. We left Ebanks wide open a bunch of times. We left Blake wide open there at the end of the first quarter from the three-point line, hit 3 threes in a row, and Ramon Sessions even had a couple open threes, and we let him be too effective. So hopefully we can bounce back in Game 2 tonight. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and as always, go Nuggets.